football fans? It's your boy Lolo. I'm here on another Friday night coming to y'all from the basement under the stoop. We have Euros round of 16 starting tomorrow, and I can't wait. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so excited. Sorry that the show is beginning a little bit late. I had a family emergency, had to run to the doctor and all that, but all good. Everybody's good back at the house, all ready to talk football. Well, my family was ready for me to leave and talk football to anyone who cares. So I'm ready for this. I don't know about you, Director John. All over my computer.
I have a water. I'll get a beer later, but cheers. I'm glad she's okay.
Okay. Yeah, water's good. Well, yeah. So since we're starting late and Mark is overseas, I'm gonna forego my usual 15-minute rant and say that I already did it. So I want to go ahead and bring on Mr. Mark, who's coming in from about 5 or 6 hours difference.
I gotta tell you, I disappear for a short period of time. You've got family emergencies going on. John's drinking water. What the hell is happening?
I don't know. And you're eating carbs, I'm sure.
Oh boy, am I ever. I actually had something today at dinner. It was called migash, and it was just basically bread mush. And it was the most delicious thing ever. It was like bread soaked in chicken broth with herbs and olive oil, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
It was really, really delicious.
And for those of you who can't tell on the screen, Mark has been doing very well, not eating carbs and stuff like that. Your boy has lost like 20 pounds, 30 pounds. I don't even know.
Something around in that 20 to 25 range. And
over at the bar, we call him Skinny Mark now. So, but now he's going to plump up while he's over in Portugal.
And
but thank you for staying up late.
Hey, absolutely. So,
but you like how they do it over there in Europe? They make the fridges small. I can see it in the background.
That is our tiny fridge. Behind me is a tiny oven and all the things. But something else that they do here that we don't do in the States is that, like, when it's time for football, that they build stages and put up big screen TVs, and 1,000 people show up. I tried to get
any Saturday outside of Lolo's apartment.
Yep.
I've been there. But it was kind of cool to see. I wanted to get footage of the Portugal-Georgia match, but let's just say the atmosphere was not as lively as I expected, unless you were from the Republic of Georgia.
Yeah, man, I'm sure they were tearing down the stage at halftime. It was not a good game.
I left and went to dinner.
Well, cool. Mark, I know you may not have seen every match that happened the last couple days, but we've had a day or two off. So we're going to talk a round of 16 here. And big up to everybody who's in the comments section. Anders, John, Lufgar, side member for 4 months. Thank you so much for that. Miss Melina, very good to see you. And yeah, I think we had Jimmy in here somewhere. No, I'm not seeing all of them anymore. Anyway, good to see y'all on a Friday night. So we want to know, who do you think is going to advance from the round of 16? Who is not going to advance from the round of 16? The crazy thing about this, Mark, I don't know if you've looked at the brackets, but the brackets are out of control. One side has...
They are completely one-sided.
It is nuts.
It blows me
Germany,
away.
Denmark, Spain, Portugal, Austria. Wait, no, these aren't on the right sides.
What we have is Germany, Denmark, Spain, France, Belgium, Portugal, all on one side of the table, and then on the other side of the table, it's basically England, Italy, and Switzerland. Netherlands, but we got Romania in there. I think some of the surprise clubs are on the kind of like the England side of the table. I mean, who had Austria to win their group? I don't think anyone.
No, I feel like we all thought Austria was a decent team and maybe one of these dark horses, but those never play out the way that that we expect them to, calling them our dark horses. But hey, they are now a serious contender, and they went ahead and got themselves Turkey, which Turkey's no flouch. Flouch? Is that a word?
In Turkey, it's called a flouch.
Yeah, Turkey's no
slouch
flouch.
is actually something you eat.
Turkey is no flouch themselves, but you got to say, you win your group, you play a team like Turkey as opposed to Germany.
Right.
Just look at England, who somehow limped their way into winning their group. Had they come in second, they'd be playing Germany, and they'd be on the other side of the table right now. So it all matters. All of that matters.
Well, I think also something that I look at, I feel really bad for the Ukraine, who, got enough points, to possibly qualify for that. We'll call it the wild card. I mean, let's see, where are we at on this table? Who got in with less points than, I think Slovenia got in with less points than the Ukraine. Yeah, so 4 for Ukraine, 3 for Slovenia, but the Ukraine just couldn't score any goals. And I think that's something that's just almost kind of wrong with this new format. I get it that it's like third place teams, and Ukraine were 4th, but they would have, they were a better team. It's like in the NFL when you have a losing team winning a division and getting a home game.
Yeah. Well, listen, Anders, I think we would all love that. I think that would be fantastic. A Romania-Georgia final. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's shut all these big nations up for once. Italy limped their way to winning last time out, so England might have a chance. They absolutely do have a chance, and I'm going to get into it in a little bit of why I think England actually are set up. They're set up right now, surprisingly enough. So, Mark, I'm going to bring on another one of our guests right now. Now that we're talking, moved it a little bit over to England, and he's a so-called England supporter. So let's go ahead and bring on Lonnie. Alonzo, how are you, man?
How's it going, Bill? How's it going, Mark? Yeah, so
it's going great.
I'm excited about talking to you guys about how England could go through to the finals, or how they're set up to go all the way. But of course, knowing England, they always make it tough, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. What do you think England's chances are of advancing out of the round of 16, but then going deep into the finals?
Well, for certain, they've been unconvincing so far, because, like I told Mark in the backstage area there, that they really haven't yet done anything that's worthy of them even convincing us fans that they're going to go far in the tournament. They've just been very, very low key, conservative, and it seems like they have pieces, but then Southgate puts them out, in different positions, and I consider it a mess and a disappointment so far. But I'm being optimistic because they didn't really get off to a great start last time around. So it looks frustrating because we know as far as club goes, they could do some good things at their clubs, but we have yet to see that. And I think that's why England fans are so discouraged, because they know that they could have magic. It depends on what point we see that magic and how the players get it right. And Southgate has to get it too. And if he doesn't, there's a consequence for that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Are you on the Southgate out contingency right now, or are you still backing him?
Half of me wants him out, half of me wants to wait until the Euros pan out because it's not over yet. And I think a couple of goals in the Slovenia game would help their confidence, but it depends on how they play. And they've been so bad from start to finish. It seems like they just get by. And we need more out of that squad currently. And Southgate has to go some balls and kind of get players that want to play and get in rhythm because right now they're out of sync.
Yeah.
So to answer your question though, I mean it's gonna be hard because he's still confused on what he wants to do, seems like.
Yeah.
Well, I think for me, there's been, a lot of the fans are looking at England and they're like, oh, they're just like this offensive powerhouse, and they just haven't come through. But I think something that is not being that maybe might be being glossed over is the fact that England is only in 3 matches has only conceded 1 goal.
Mm-hmm.
Despite their lack of offense, they're playing very good defense.
Yeah, and that was part of their worries when the Euro started. Is Gahey going to be able to handle the pressure? And he has, in my opinion. He's been one of England's best players, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, Trippier is out of position, but still, he's done not. He hasn't played that bad.
Yeah, Trippier hasn't played that bad as a defender, but when you're asking him to be a key part of the attack with somebody, so he's playing out of position, but Foden is also out of position. They're not making runs off of each other. They're not playing together. Foden just is dying to go inside, yet Trippier is dying to go inside. Trippier, nobody's going out wide, so there's no width on the left. Saka's the only one creating width out on the right, yet it's not width when everybody moves over, so there's no width whatsoever. So it's a tough situation where, to me, like Trippier, as good as he is, look, he's not. You don't want him there. You don't want him in that position. You want him on the other side of the pitch. So it's either him or Kyle Walker. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe move Kyle Walker to the other side. I don't know. But you can't have Trent Alexander-Arnold sitting on the bench when you're complaining about a guy who's playing out of position in front of him. It's maddening. So I'm listen, I've got some thoughts on why I think England could actually make a deeper run coming through this. And so I'm going to hit on some of those points right now. So first and foremost, they are clearly on the easier side of the bracket. Yes, there's dark horses that happen. And yes, Switzerland is playing very good. They are a very good team. Italy is a very good team that is not playing very well. However, whoever England wins, if either Switzerland or Italy, and it's going to be a match. It's going to be a serious.
It is going to be a serious match.
Out and in.
And in and out and back and forth. Where are you, Lolo? Yeah. I do. There he is. He's back. And he's gone again.
Watching my internet go away and come back and go.
It's kind of like
par for the course today.
It's kind of like my jowl. It goes away, it comes back, it goes away.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I think that if I'm England and I get past, who is it? Slovakia? Is that who they're playing?
Yeah.
I believe they're playing Slovakia. They're playing Slovakia. And if I'm England, I'm hoping that Italy wins. I think that England is going to have a much harder time with Switzerland. They've been extremely impressive as far as what I've seen, and I've seen I think I've seen all 3 of their matches.
To me, I have a reason why, because England's been playing so bad is because they're playing against weaker countries, and they play against countries that want to advance. So therefore, they play more defensively against England, to where you're seeing a cluster of just passing, and not enough goals scored. My only hope is that once you get to knockout stages, they play these teams, these countries that are almost to their talent level, so maybe they can get pushed even more to do well. Maybe you haven't seen the best out of England. That's my best hope, is that they play better against the better teams in this term.
Yeah, and that's a point that I was trying to get to as well before my internet started crapping out. It seems to be back here. But you're exactly right, where I feel that the pressure isn't high enough on England. And so getting through this round, if they can get through Slovakia, they know they're going up against a serious title contender in Italy and Switzerland. So, and don't you know, Granit Xhaka would love to deny Harry Kane another trophy. Like, that is what I'm hoping for right now, is a Granit Xhaka masterclass. Just it would be so much fun to watch.
So he's the Kane killer.
Yeah. So another reason, now listen, they won the group in spite of themselves, right? They did everything possible to not win the group at all, and somehow they've done it. And so they have to start these little intangibles of, maybe the luck is on our side. Like, let's listen to all this terrible, oh, you don't know what you're doing, your manager doesn't know what you're doing, you're all playing terribly, da 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 da. But at the end of the day, they got 5 points and they won their group, and they're going on to play a lesser team. Why is everybody freaking out? And we've been doing this, all playing out of position and all playing poorly. So they know something needs to change, yet they should also start thinking, hey, maybe luck is on our side. It is all about just getting through and getting to the knockout stages. So they've come through this knowing that they have to step up, and knowing that any one of these other teams is going to give them a game. So had they just steamrolled their group, 9 points, and then they get Slovakia in the round of 16, I would be more worried for England coming up in that manner, where they'd be coming in cocky. They'd be coming in, oh, it's coming home, and Slovakia would punch them in the face,
smack them in the face.
Yeah. So that's why I think there's a possibility that if England get through here, they are going to see it's not going to be an easy match, but they could get through. And then it's going to have to be a game time. Now we're in the thick of it. Now we're in the quarterfinals. No bullshit. Let's go. Get a yellow card if you want, because it's done after this one. I don't know if that's how it works. But yeah. And all this shit that I'm talking about, them possibly being able to beat Italy, has scrounged up an Italian fan who's waiting backstage here. And I know he doesn't have all too long, so I'd love to get him on the show as well. So, Mr. Tony, good to see you, my friend.
Sorry, guys, I fell asleep and my wife.
It's all right, man. Thank
you
you
have
for
no
staying
excuse.
You're talking to people who watched England.
We've
watched 3 England matches, man. We understand how hard it is to stay awake.
Exactly.
I mean, the game I was at against Spain, man, was for me was pretty rough. For you guys, it was great, but it was probably like one of the worst games in almost like 20 years I've ever watched. So it was
and you
rough.
were there. What was the atmosphere like there?
It was pretty silent, but in our end, and then the Spain fans were up for it pretty much. I mean, I think it was had to be like 90-10 possession Spain, and it was brutal.
It was pretty lopsided.
Yeah, and then
I think that was the match that I watched at the airport.
Did you get really drunk watching Spain just pass the ball around?
It was
from a Spain perspective, I was concerned at the very end there because one goal is generally never enough, especially against a team like Italy. You guys showed that with the 98-minute goal against Croatia, right?
Oh yeah,
so
that was
man, what a heartbreaker.
Monday was tense because again it was about 90% Croatian fans in Leipzig, and then I think we had like 7,000 or 8,000, and it was I mean they were, but I didn't feel like they overran us. Just they did well in the midfield, and it's not like they had too many chances. And the penalty was I was like, yeah, that's a handball. And then I actually didn't look. I wouldn't watch the penalty. I turned around and closed my eyes. And some German guy in our area like tapped me when they made the save. And then of course when I turned around, Modric and I was like,
scored the goal. Yeah, you should have stayed turned around.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, once again, all this talk of Italy and Switzerland and how Switzerland are serious title contenders has brought up this little nugget of truth. Switzerland are not a serious title contender. Let's let the man speak for himself. Let's get on Mr. Tom here. Mr. Tom, explain yourself.
They're just not. They're not. They have a couple good players. They've got a lot of players that are fine. They are not a serious title contender.
Fine as in sexy? Like damn,
however you want to spin it. But they're not a serious title contender. And you'll probably go find out when Italy comfortably dispatch them.
But will Italy do that, though? They haven't done that to anybody.
Yeah, I don't.
Me.
I'm talking to you two. You're now our anti-Switzerland, and we've got Tony down there pro Italy.
No one's anti-Switzerland. Everyone knows they're neutral.
I think they're gonna give. Italy a good run for their money, and I wouldn't be surprised if Italy gets sent home. There's something about that team. They play well. They play hard. They play fast. And no offense, Tony, but I have not seen anything from Italy that is impressive, other than Donnarumma.
I mean, Albania, they got scored on with a crazy, first goal, and then I don't know. I feel like the Swiss will be more organized than the Spanish Lolo, so I'm kind of scared. No Calafiori. I saw there's no DeMarco for today. So I don't know. I really don't know how today's gonna go. Obviously I'm not going. So
I keep saying tomorrow.
I know it's the same for me. I'm like, today? Wait, what?
Yeah. Sorry, 12:40.
You're gonna go to sleep between now and the match.
See, that's how I feel about it. It's tomorrow when I wake up. As long as I'm awake, it's still today.
Well, plus I think Switzerland has like 5 or 6 players that play in Serie A, so it's like they all know how all the Italy players play. Plus, Sommer is the Inter keeper. He just won Serie A, so he knows all those guys. I'm like, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah,
but I'm a pessimist. I remember the 2 weeks ago the show you guys asked me about Albania, and I was like, I'll be lucky if we get out of it, and then they somehow won that game. So
yeah, crazy. Big up to Gary, who's in Guyana. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
The rum drink.
But yeah, having rum drinks. Thanks for using whatever Wi-Fi you could get. on the island and sending
He's
us
got
some
his
love, man.
cabana boy on a bicycle just pedaling away.
Yeah.
And of course, we don't know how to pronounce Guyana, because I mean I've been saying Turkey for the entire time of my life. Now how is it now? It's Turkey.
They just changed.
How do you pronounce Panama?
Panama.
Okay.
No.
Well, as in
Mark.
I'll use it in a sentence. As in Panama 2, United States men's national team 1.
Right.
I'll tell you exactly how that's pronounced. Panama. Don't like that.
Fuck yeah.
That's exactly how it's pronounced. We don't talk about Panama in the U.S. very much. They are our bogey team to no end. They are just this team that no matter how terrible they are, we like in friendlies, in qualifiers, they're just a team that I don't know.
They're managed by a former Leeds United manager.
Who?
Panama. Managed by former Leeds United manager.
Who?
Genuinely.
Marco Bielsa.
No, that's
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Uruguay manager.
No, but their manager was managed by the guy who was the guy who manages Panama was the manager before the guy who was before Bielsa.
Oh.
So before fucking bottom.
Yeah, basically the guy who we sacked to bring in fucking bottom.
Oh, wow. So Leeds is fully represented over there. You've got, if we could get Feckenbottom a job, you've got Jesse Marsh. I like how you've never mentioned the name of this guy. So it's just the guy before Bielsa, which is, that gives the utmost respect to Bielsa. So I like
America
that.
doesn't earn the right for you to have your name said on the Stoop.
Beating the United States, Tom. I thought we went over this last week.
Yeah, we go over it last year.
You can't say beating America.
John Garside's name wrong every time you say it. So,
what am I supposed to say?
What's the middle part say?
LUFC.
How do you say it out loud? As one word.
Lufk. No, you say LUFC. What do I usually say? What do you think I say?
You always say, in my mind, I always hear as you call him Luff. And I'm like, it's an acronym.
Yeah, it's a soft C just in the back of my throat here. Sometimes John Luff. I'll hit it harder. Now,
okay, Luff. America's a very soft A when I'm talking about football. Anyway, you're not.
You can't say you beat America in the Copa America. Like it's not our cup. We're actually not even allowed in it most years. They have to invite us.
Can, as I did.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the Copa America is going on right now. I believe the first match of the day is ending. If I can get any of those. Who do we have? Colombia is beating the crap out of Costa Rica 3-0, and Costa Rica was able to get a 0-0 draw earlier this week against Brazil. So Brazil, all of a sudden, who play tonight against Paraguay, Brazil are in a little bit of trouble, thinking that they were going to
America, by the way. What state of those matches? State of that tournament.
It is insane. The referees must have been told, hey, don't give out any fouls ever if you can avoid it, ever. And then Tim Weah was like, sounds good, and punches a dude in the face, and he turns around like, what? Yeah, you said you weren't giving out any fouls.
Every team might as well have sent their wingers home because they're playing on these NFL pitches. They've made, like FIFA have essentially made an exemption on the minimum pitch size for a competitive international match, purely so they could actually pack more fans in, because playing it in the NFL stadiums means they actually make more money than playing them on the regulation pitch size Major League Soccer stadiums. And it's very clever.
So they're the correct length, but they're not the correct width, right?
Yeah, it's too short. The athletic didn't on it.
all the wingers might as well get sent home because it's just.
And then, not to mention, as BX says, AstroTurf sucks. They're not playing on AstroTurf per se, or I guess they are playing on AstroTurf because the turf is under, and they just laid grass on top of it. So they are flying all over the place. People are getting the pitch is getting destroyed. Like you said, the wingers have no width whatsoever. But also the fouls are just out of control, where you have people like a slide tackle, boom, didn't get the ball. The defender stands up and starts walking, and then realizes that it wasn't called because in his head he's like, yeah, that's a fucking foul. And he's just walking on going, oh shit, I can play this?
I've not seen it as much as you, gentlemen, but is it playing out a bit like I don't know if you remember this when Leeds' first season were back in the Premier League and we had to buy the pitch from Tottenham, because our grass, basically because it got frozen in the winter and everyone was sliding all over the pitch like it was a hockey rink, and is that what it's like when
that's exactly what it's
on
like
top of
That's what I was thinking of. Excuse me. I was thinking about that exactly, Tom, when I was watching it going, this is Tottenham sold everybody their pitch is what happened.
But that was built, BX, that was also built to accommodate soccer, to my knowledge.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but they said during the World Cup they're not going to stand for that bullshit, and they have to widen out the pitches for the World Cup if they want to have an actual matches there.
It's going to cost New York about 15 million to do that. Apparently,
we're not hosting it. It's the biggest farce in all of
Jersey.
The history of football. It's in Jersey.
It's costing New York nothing. New York State is making so much money off the World Cup because they're not spending anything. They don't have to do anything.
The New York
as soon as I said it, I knew I was wrong.
Yeah, but do you think all the people who go out to MetLife to watch a World Cup match are staying in Secaucus? No, they're staying in Midtown fucking Manhattan.
They're all staying at the Red Barn or
the Red Roof Inn.
The Red Roof Inn. They're all staying at the Red Roof Inn, right across from the parking lot from.
Where's the final going to be at?
The final, I think, is at MetLife.
Yeah. It is.
Isn't that where the final was in 2094? Right? It was in New York, correct?
Nope.
No,
Los Angeles.
The final was in LA in the Rose Bowl.
That's right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Baggio missed the penalty there.
But see, for me, I'm like, I understand you want to be in New York for a final, you want to be in LA for the final, but for me, give it to the cities that actually support football, soccer, all throughout the year. You got to give it to Houston, Portland, Seattle. Those cities.
Put the World Cup final in Portland.
Portland sells out like 80,000 seat stadiums, and they actually are diehard football soccer fans.
If we're gonna go that far, Minnesota and Cincinnati.
Yes,
Cincinnati. They had I'm not sure. I think it was like a World Cup qualifier or something like that, and I'm not sure who US played. But man, that was, the fans were just rabid.
They're out of control there.
Yeah,
Mr. Tom, it is the closest thing that we have to any sort of like a British
I know
crazy.
What it's like in Poland. They fucking cut a slice of timber every time they score. I know what goes on there.
And they're all fucking hippies and artists out there. Every time I watch a match in going on in Portland, I'm like, where are all these people living? Because Portland it's like all vegan and like and music and books.
My favourite one is the weird Seattle Sounders guy that basically sent football back about 20 years in the United States of America.
What did he do?
Because he when he started, he tried to get a chant going and they filmed it and he was standing going, fight and win. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die from cringe. It's out there. I probably should find it.
Well,
actually, don't watch it. Don't watch it. I don't want you all to die from cringe.
Well, I tried to start a chant at Ellen Road when I was at Ellen Road.
Yeah.
And I got told to be quiet. There are children around.
That's because people in Leeds.
I remember that.
Do you know what my chant was?
Oh, it was probably something very foul and vulgar, but it's not the point.
No, it was.
Kick him in the head. Kick him in the head. Kick him
No,
in the head.
no. Leeds United got a red card like early on in the game, and then it just became like sit on your ass and do nothing. And Villa is laying in tackles, and I'm like pissed off that we got a shitty game. Leeds United at best is going to draw here. Like this is not. So I start yelling, "Where's the yellow card, you cunt? Where's the yellow card, you cunt? Where's the yellow card, you cunt?" And the guy turns around and goes, "Oh, mate, this kid's here." And I was like, "Tell him to sing." I don't know.
I'm sure he's heard worse on the schoolyard.
Yeah, exactly. He agrees with me. Anyway, what are we talking about?
We're talking about Panama.
Oh, Mark, I don't know if you got to see any of this, but this is the state of some of these tackles. Look at that tackle.
Oh, shit. How is that not a red card?
It was a red card.
It was a red card.
In the 88th minute. And
but
then
after that, I mean, at that point, it just didn't matter, though, because
Panama was begging, and then he goes diving down like a little bitch because Pulisic went up to him and shouldered him. But look at him. Look at his face there. He's going like he's clearly not going for the ball. He's going to injure.
Yeah, that
Did he actually do it? Did he actually try and square up to the guy that kicked him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went up and squared up to him and boom, and watch him fall down.
To a random guy, like mistaken identity or something like that. But no.
Yeah, I just that's incredible. No, I did not see that. There's not a lot. You have to find a very, very small bar or a very specific sports bar, and I tried looking for sports bars, and they are just so far away from me. I would happen to be in an area of Lisbon, and it just started an absolute downpour, and they had like the Chile game playing. I think it was Chile and Peru. I watched that for like 10 minutes and waited for the rain to stop.
Mark,
but no, I have not been able to see any Copa at all.
Oh, well, here's the Tim Weah red card. Oh, I think you just missed it. Let me restart that.
Oh wow!
He punches him in the face.
It's all right.
Punches him in the back of the head.
That is just stupid.
Why would you do that?
Highly naive at an international level, even if you are against a superior team such as Panama.
This was in the 18th minute as well.
Yeah. So we were down. We were down to 10 for 60 minutes, 70 minutes.
Yeah, and then we scored immediately after, and then they scored a tied it, or I forget the exact. I think we scored punch in the head. Crazy. Right. It's just crazy. But something to show you, Panama had 19 fouls. All right, 19 fouls, 3 yellow cards, 1 red card. 3 of the 4 cards that they got were all after the 88th minute.
Oh man!
So that's 16 fouls throughout the game, 1 yellow card for the first 88 minutes. The U.S.
there were in the Czech Republic game.
The U.S. had
that was crazy.
The U.S. had 4 fouls in the entire match. 2
And
yellows and a red.
And a red, yeah. I saw that stat.
So,
I was
Just to
pretty
show
blown
you
away
how
by it.
crazy it is, like the difference there, where that just shows you how Panama plays, how a lot of these teams play. They will go after your ankles and your shins, and especially if they start doing it and there's no cards, no foul called, they just keep going harder and harder and harder and harder. And you saw it against Argentina, but Argentina turned around and was like, Messi got fouled. They didn't call it. Messi stands up, and it was sort of like he didn't do it, but in his head, he must have been like, and then all the Argentina guys just started attacking everybody. Like, but the fouls weren't called, so they were good. You have Rodrigo and what's his name?
I have a
Lunatic.
theory on this.
What?
It sounds a lot like Thomas Christensen, the head coach of Panama, basically put the Leeds United style into Panama, and it worked successfully. The old Leeds style, I mean, from the 70s.
It works when you make one of our most experienced forwards. Sorry, Tony went to bed. When you make one of our most experienced forwards lose the plot 18 minutes into the game enough to punch you in the back of the head.
Yeah.
With 800 cameras.
That's impressive.
You won. You won that fucking game. You won that mind game.
Doubt. No doubt.
Now, the Leeds United manager who is actually doing it, he's showing us what Leeds United could have been with some decent players on the pitch. Good night, Tony. And Lonnie, if you left as well. They love this conversation that we're having.
I think Lonnie had some internet issues. I'm sure he'll be back.
Bielsa's doing very well with Uruguay. Uruguay is fucking incredible right now.
Before I left, I don't know who I was talking to. We were talking Copa, and he asked me who I thought was going to win it all, and I had said that Bielsa, that Uruguay with Bielsa is going to win it all, and I'm going to stand by that now that I see the standings.
Absolutely. I mean, Argentina is always.
Sure. I mean, there's always always the regular play. Argentina, Brazil. Who else is looking good? Venezuela.
I would say Argentina and Uruguay actually look good. Chile, not so much. Mexico, no.
Colombia.
U.S., no. Colombia, okay. They're getting some results. What is it? Their match.
I mean,
just ended.
Uruguay, +7 goal differential. That's ridiculous.
Well, they scored 5 in one game, so.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So.
But that's 5-0
and
still
and
plus
3-1.
7 in 2 games. Doesn't matter which way you slice it. At worst, it'd be 3 in one game and 4 in the other.
Mr. Tom, it's Bielsa, so it could have been 24-4, and whatever the math is, 17 against.
As soon as I said it, I knew. Yeah.
But you're right; it's still +7 in 2 games. It's still +7.
Yeah.
So.
It's I mean, to be fair though, it's playing out exactly how it usually does for Bielsa before it goes off a cliff. I'm not even saying that to dig him out. I'm just saying that's generally the Bielsa effect. When it goes well, it goes really well, and when it doesn't, it's spectacular. But that being said, we're still heading for the thing that I want to see, which is Canada versus Uruguay, which would be delicious.
Canada. No,
Canada won. Canada got 3 points on the board.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Jesse Marsh.
Bielsa and Marsh. No, in the last of the Group A. The last match.
They play
Canada,
Argentina. They don't
Argentina
play
and Canada. Bielsa versus Marsh.
No.
Bielsa Bielsa
coaches
Oh,
Uruguay.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I lost.
Yeah,
I
he's
lost
Argentinian, but
yeah. But
Right.
no, my
I
point
lost
being
the
is that
plot.
I believe they can play in the semi-final. Obviously, it's a big reach on my part here, but I want to see it because I want to see Jesse Marsh's brand of football get absolutely taken to the cleaners by Bielsa's.
oh, yeah. I mean, they're also two vastly different teams. Like, where
Oh yeah, it's massively unfair, like in terms of the squads they have at their disposal. But then I hear people all the time tell me, "Oh, Jonathan David's amazing." And I think Alphonso Davies is he fit?
Alphonso Davies. Yeah, he's fit.
Okay, like so he's another elite player. So he's got two of them, and say what you will about Luis Suarez, but I think he's been playing in the sub, hasn't he? But
yeah, he's been coming on at the end.
yeah. So,
No, I mean they are providing Darwin Nunez with about 13 shots per game, which means you're gonna get at least one goal from him.
Mhm.
Maybe at most one goal as well, but
yeah,
they're giving him the
averages,
chances.
baby.
Not even a smile, Mark. Are you a Liverpool fan now? Like, that was hilarious. Come on. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
Scratch that
I'm just
joke
like,
off the list.
Best joke so far. To be fair.
Fucking, I thought I had one for you, Mark, but god damn it. It must be late in Portugal over there. Well,
Did you hear about the one? Did you hear about the one-armed fisherman? He caught a fish. It was this big.
yes, I've heard it now. I've heard it today. Very good. So, guys.
Hey, John's awake.
That's fair.
And why wouldn't he be?
Yeah. Well, you guys mind if I show you this little video that I did showing what life is like during the Euros and the World Cup? Not World Cup, Euros. This will be
that was on the shorts, wasn't it? I watched that.
Yes, it was. Yes,
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So
yeah.
This will be a nice mini bio break if you guys need to run, but it's only a minute or so. So I'm gonna pop this up. This is just what life is like for an American who has to work during the Copa America and the Euros.
Oh, thanks, hon. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be in here all day. But let's all work hard and get it done, okay? I'm gonna be here at my desk all day if anybody needs me. Talk soon. Venga, chicos. Vamos. Yeah, I'm here. What's going on? Call me anytime. I'm here all day. All right. Come on, boys. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. Yes. Ooh. Hey, how's it going? Well, thank you for working hard all day and all night. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here if you need me. Bye-bye. Jogo bonito. Come on, Brazil. Oh, my God. Yeah, hun. No, just about done. Logging off now. Yeah, I'm ready for bed.
It's the last part that gets me. I just find that's his jammies, everyone. It's just a little Vato tank top.
Yeah, man. Sweet. BX, next time you're in New York, man, hit us up. Let us know if you're around, man. We'd love to see you. But yes. Okay, Mr. Tom, since we started the show so late, we're gonna go straight into betting in the dark with Mr. Tom. Are you ready for that?
I'm totally ready for that.
Well, let's do it.
Betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
All right, and our normal disclaimer, do not place these bets. We don't encourage you to do them. Don't do them. That being said,
don't do it.
Go for it, Mr. Tom.
No, these are some of my best ones ever. We're going for serious money this week, guys. Serious money.
Good money. That's good money there.
Right, we're going. Florian Wirtz, is that how it's pronounced, or is it Wirtz? I don't know. He was there. Yeah, okay. Was he the Bundesliga Player of the Year, I believe. He's going to score first because someone's got to score first. Actually, that's not true because it can go the distance at goalless, but we don't want that to happen because that pays fuck all, pardon my language. So, and then Hoyland's going to score because, again, someone's got to score for him for this to pay out. So, there we go. Comfortable win for the host nation. Money.
Yeah,
I love this bet. If I could place it from where I am, I would.
Mark, you can walk down to a bar and place that bet. They have little machines.
I haven't seen a single one.
They have machines in every single bar that you can generally put a coin in.
Like I said, I haven't seen a single one. But maybe that's in Spain and not Portugal. I don't know.
Oh, so is it 2 a.m. where you are, Mark?
It is 1:07. It is the exact same time as my good friends in England. So I am sharing your pain.
Yeah, because Spain is where I go to in Spain is right on top of Portugal. So it's actually like the same, what is that, latitude or longitude? I forget. Latitude. It's the same as Portugal, but if you drive south and go into Portugal, you lose an hour or you gain an hour. Yeah, the time changes because Spain is an hour behind. So yeah, crazy.
BX, I'm in Lisbon right now, at least for another depending on the train strike. I'm in Lisbon for another 11 hours, and then I will head up north to Porto, where I will be there for almost 3.5 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that, in Porto. So it's gonna be a good time.
I love Porto. It's fantastic there.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Well,
cool. And if everything works out right, I'm gonna come and see Lolo.
Yeah. Sorry, BX. He says he'll be back in New York in a few weeks. I will be in Spain, and Mark will be in Portugal, and Kantak will be in Rome, and Chris will be in Michigan. Like everybody. Najee will probably be here all on his own if you want to go.
I'll be over there somewhere too.
You'll be in Romania.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
John's going to be in Romania celebrating the Euro Championship that Romania wins.
The Stoop invades Europe.
But I'm going to head over to Vigo at some point because it's so easy to fly from Romania to Spain. So, I'll just see whatever the cheapest fare is and hop over for 3 or 4 days. So, should be fun.
Fantastic.
Oh, I can't believe, Mark, there's no possibility of a Spain-Portugal final. That's such fucking bullshit.
I know, but there is a possibility of a semifinal. Is there? I don't know. Maybe not.
I will be there for the semifinal, so yeah, maybe.
Actually, there is a possibility semifinal. There would be a semifinal possibility.
I get a lot of semis in
maybe if countries rather enough.
Yeah, they could be in the semifinals together.
Oh, you would be in the air for the semifinal. You're coming in on the 9th and 10th? When are you flying?
Shit.
You're going to be in the air for that.
No. When do we leave? No, I think I'll be here for it. I think we usually leave in the evening, so I'll be here for that. Fuck.
When do England play to go to the semifinal? Or the under
semifinal? It'll be on July 10th.
No, I mean sorry, England.
England. If England make it to the semifinal, it'll be on July 10th.
That's tricky. Because I'm actually working that Saturday. Shoot.
That's all right. I'll have a word with UEFA and ask if they can change.
Thank you, Tom.
Mr. Tom has that kind of pull.
That's funny. I actually thought you said your wife. I'll have a word with your wife.
Nice.
Tom, you going over to Spain or what? Everybody else is.
You know what? I was just thinking that we might as well go to Spain and have a wild and weird party, or just watch the football. Yeah. I don't know.
All right, they're going to Spain.
I could just imagine Mr. Tom's getting on a plane, and they're like, "Oh, where are you headed today?" "Oh, I'm going to Euro final." And they're like, "Oh, you're going to Germany?" No, I'm going to Spain." "Madrid?" No, small town in Spain. Is Spain in the final? No, it's Georgia, Romania. The fuck are you? What do you mean you're going to the Euro final? No, I'm actually meeting some American guys there. I should stop talking to you before the air marshal comes over.
I've just got myself put on a watch list.
Yeah, exactly. The air marshal is just listening to this going, this guy's going to murder us all.
Yeah, like, not getting up. Yeah.
This sounds like the world's worst cover. Check his bags immediately.
All right, let's check out this last one here.
Last one.
This is the
last one.
Second. Look at the second one. Yeah, we're gonna look at the second.
All right.
Huge money. Huge money, right? And I know how this looks. I know how it looks because you're like, oh, England's so boring. I'm like, yeah, but what if they're not? What if Harry Kane does score first, and then it's just a free for all, and everyone just abandons tactics, and everyone downs tools defensively, and you can 600.
A bet like this should pay 6,000. That's a lot of goals.
Tom,
wow.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Someone who lives in England, who's an English supporter, I guess, will this change the view of how English view Southgate, or will be just the same since the high is going to be so high?
If this happened, I think everyone would be shocked. Just shocked that it happened. Like, not just one, the fact that there were 7 goals in England match. Because England have got the lowest goals against in the whole tournament. So,
and the lowest goals for.
Yep. Hence why I was like, well, you want crazy outlandish bets?
Oh, we got
it. Mr. Tom, you know what? This isn't all that crazy, and this is the exact type of win that England fans should actually be hoping for. This is the type of win that could carry you on up against your next opponent. Your next opponent being Switzerland or Italy.
Yeah,
because you got 2 of your key guys scoring, 2 other guys scoring. Yes, you gave up some goals, but you had stupid Southgate realize that you can win a game even if you give up some goals, even if you give up 3 goals.
Oh, wait,
and
Southgate's
that's what I feel like you guys are screaming for is let them score against us. We will score more. But right now it's like pussyfooting.
I had a brain fart for about 10 seconds when I was doing this. I thought, oh, wait, did we sack Southgate and replace him with Bielsa?
My only issue here, I love so much about this, Mr. Tom, but riddle me this, Batman. Did you know Slovakia have scored in every single one of their games in this Euro?
Correct.
Yet,
yes,
they've also scored first in all 3 of their matches.
Oh,
so Harry Kane to score first. Yeah, totally could happen. Probably.
Kane's going to get a penalty in the first 7 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
But what about Ivan Schranz as the first goal scorer, who has more goals than anyone on England or France?
Or anyone in general, right? Is he leading goal scorer? Is the guy Georgia.
Georgia. And his name is Georges.
Yes.
Georges from
Gorgeous.
Georgia.
He's gorgeous Georges from Georgia.
Yep. The Georgia Peach. Oh my God, I was watching some podcasts, watching some show where they just kept saying, from the great state of Georgia, coming through to win against Portugal. And I was like, stop saying the great state of Georgia.
Well, outside of the United States, that's how countries are referred to. Is they're referred to as states.
That is not how he was meaning it. I'll tell you that much.
They're not even a great state. They're a state.
Yeah.
Hey, it's got one of the biggest Coca-Cola bottling plants.
And they're pretty much the cradle of wine.
Where Coke is from, but I meant the actual country.
Oh, the country.
Yeah, Mark said they were also referred to as a state. That's why I said they're not a great state, though.
No, they're definitely not a great state. Although
I was saying
they are
Georgia
kind of
is not a great state.
No, neither. No, unless you're a conventioneer, Georgia's not so hot. Unless it's summer, and then it's very hot.
Director John, if you would not mind doing the pleasure of, yes, we are going big yet again for big money. It pays the same as the other one.
The two teams who cannot score to save their life, you're going 4-3.
Yeah.
I think the only faith I have in these 4-3s is with Slovakia to score 4 or 3.
Hey, France beat in, I think, when it 2018, they beat Argentina 4-3. It happens.
Yeah, and in the final it was like 16-14 with all the penalties in the shootout and everything, wasn't it? There was like multiple hat tricks.
Yeah,
France won.
The one that they won in
Russia.
Wait, you have Lukaku to score at all?
Yeah.
Did you see that amazing pass from De Bruyne that he just fucking
100%?
Oh my God, yeah.
Don't you think it'd be the most Lukaku thing ever in this tournament that he finally scores and then they win and they go out
and
anyway?
then they lose. And then they lose.
He'll score first and they'll still lose.
You know what, Tom? Give him all 3 of the goals. Give him all 3. That'll be even more Luke Cuckoo than Luke could ever cuckoo in his life.
I thought the payout on this would be so high that I'll stick Mbappe in there to get any of the 4 goals. It doesn't matter because it just pays high anyway.
Do they give bets off the mask? Like little
yeah, we can
he does not like that mask at
okay,
all.
But serious question, guys. When he scored his goal, his penalty goal, and he took his mask off, I was screaming yellow card. Shouldn't that be a yellow card? Like, same thing as taking his shirt off. He took his mask off to celebrate. I was like, or at least half a yellow.
I was more concerned that Master Splinter was going to run on and beat the shit out of him for revealing his true identity.
Yeah, you can't do that with all those cameras around.
More than.
Oh, that's awesome! I love it. I absolutely love it.
It was good. Well, Tom, shit, man, you brought it this week. Multiple 600 plus.
It's not over yet, though.
Oh, we have another one. I'm bad at counting today.
Do we have a bonus round?
Between now and the next show, you have your July 4th celebration. What happens on July 4th in the States?
Island, Nathan's hot dogs. Let's go.
Now you may go, oh, who the hell is Bartley Weaver the 4th? I couldn't pick him out of a lineup, even if he slapped me in the face with his willy. I do not know what he looks like or who he is. But let me tell you something right now. I am not opposing anyone called Bartley Weaver the 4th in anything, because he is obviously very wealthy to have even remotely that name. So for him to even stoop to be in a hot dog eating contest, he has got to have put some serious cash into like training his stomach to be like an iron lung or something. Even better than that, the main man, Joey Chestnut, is not competing this year. He's basically the guy that wins it every year. Did my research.
Yeah,
not researched it
who's
enough
it?
to know why he's not in it.
Kobayashi? Is that the other guy that normally?
Kobayashi, I think.
Kobayashi.
Jesus. Yo, Tom, I think this guy in the corner here is Bartley Weaver. This image that looks like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, I knew Tom. I knew John does his homework here. I was like, I thought that was Macho Man Randy Savage. That is Bartley Weaver the fourth.
But he's definitely gonna win. Look at the size of him. He's gonna crush these hot dogs.
I mean, he's got no stomach though. It's all abs. I don't know how he can wear
his arms by the look of it, but
I don't know
before
he can.
Before he starts, he's probably going to step into a Slim Jim and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, brother.
He's going to compress all 100 hot dogs with his brute strength and
He's
make
just
it
gonna just.
There you go. There you go. We got it.
Compress it into atom size and just kind of.
I don't care that there's 10 other people in front of him in the list. He's going to kill them. He'll be number one on the list after he's literally eliminated all the opposition.
That's him with the biggest belly he could possibly have, which is like me tucking it in.
Wow, that is just.
I'm even more.
Wow.
I'm going to be victorious.
Wow.
Yo, 18-1. Why not? Why not? You know, throw a hot dog on it.
These are the jokes, folks. This is why you're watching.
See, that wasn't it. I didn't even have that down on my sheet of jokes. Now I need to write that down.
Join us next week.
Is that Bandy's notebook?
Yep, I stole it. He left it to me in his will. It was all of his notes on the show. that would be so Bandy. If I get a call from a barrister, hello, are you Mr. Lolo?
I think it'd be like, are you the Lolo?
From the estate?
John, I believe we're less than a month away from Fishermania.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yes, get on with it.
Beautiful.
Mr. Tom,
yes,
I saw, was it yesterday that the lead schedule has been released?
It has.
Is there any match, that you are rubbing your hands together and really looking forward to?
Yeah, Portsmouth at home because it's the first one. Just it's going to be another 46 game slog. It feels like about 15 years in one season when you're in the championship.
Right.
You just got to truck through them one at a time and hope you can handle it better than everyone else, which is ironic saying that because obviously we failed to do that last year. I say we as a team. I didn't. I would have won. I would have won more than 2 of the last 8 matches. I can tell you that now for free.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It was unacceptable, but it's in the past. Could get rid of some dead wood, and that's exaggerating.
Who did I see? Who's leaving for Europe?
Mark Roca.
Yep. Good riddance, right?
Rasmus Christensen did an interview. It came out today where he was saying his wife works in a nursery and he feels embarrassed that she should earn more money than he does for what she does compared to what he does. But then I'm sitting there like, yeah, that all sounds because there were Leeds fans responding to this going, oh, he's nice after all sort of thing. I was like, no, don't be fucking taken in by this fool because right, and I'll tell you why. So I channel Bandy a bit there. The reason why is because he weren't that embarrassed, though, to be first off the fucking ship, was he? When it hit the Titanic, or when it hit the iceberg, sorry. And he's sitting there like, oh, he soon fucking left for Roma to top up the money that he wasn't going to get when we got relegated. So he couldn't have been that fucking embarrassed.
Well, his wife doesn't make that much money. Clearly, he needs to be focused on making money.
He should be focused on defending.
Right.
So let me ask you this, Tom. Do you think, side note or side question, how much on average do you think a nurse makes? 50 grand, 60 grand?
No, she works in a nursery. She's not a nurse.
She doesn't even work she works on plants.
No, she works on little
She works with children.
She works with children.
There's a few different nurseries, guys. There's a few different types of nurseries.
Sorry.
A nursery is at the Home Depot. You work with plants.
My understanding of it is
she's a kindergarten teacher.
Kindergarten teacher, yes.
So she makes what, 30 grand?
Well, in the States, she would.
So the question is, should a nursery worker make millions of dollars, or should football players make 30 grand? That's the big question there. What is he actually saying?
It's probably somewhere more in the middle, but leaning towards should they make less? Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, they should make similar to what I make, because then I'd feel a lot better about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good enough for me.
Because I arguably don't deserve what I earn either. So, you know.
We deserve about what we earn.
I deserve everything I get.
28 cents per live stream.
So John's expecting 7 wins and a draw.
You make that much?
I knew it was coming. You'll get your 7 cents. Jesus Christ! Once I can afford a stamp with your money, I'll mail it over. Shit. Okay, guys, we need to get through this. We need to do our predictions for these matches. All right. 1 second. I got my notes. He's
got jokes on the floor.
My jokes were on the floor. All right, guys, I got my notes out here.
Is that Rodney Dangerfield pointing at the Germany name?
No,
I think that's Rodney Kantak.
That is Kantak Hosen.
My apologies. It was Rodney Dangerfield. Don't
Hosen Kantak. All right, guys. Switzerland, Italy. What are we thinking?
Italy, comfortable.
I have no faith. I have no faith in Italy. They have been one of the more disappointing teams, and you can flip that around for Switzerland. Switzerland to me has been one of the most impressive. I'm taking Switzerland. I'm going 2-1.
All right, 2-1 Switzerland. Wow. All right, Mr. Tom.
Yeah, I think Italy are going to edge it. Probably 2-1.
That's a lot of goals. It's a lot of goals there.
Are you writing them down?
He's doing math. He's
no,
doing the math.
He's drawing a picture of Mark.
That's not so bad. It's very Lenin-esque.
What's funny is the other day, my daughter brings up a picture. She's like, I drew a picture of you. And I looked at it and I was like, that's actually really good. Then I realized I have a very simple look. Like she just put it like a flat bill hat on my head, glasses, and pointy beard. And I was like, yep. So I'm looking at Mark with his headphones. I was like, yep, you're basically, that's you. There you go.
Yeah, that is definitely me, which is frightening.
But maybe I should have been doing notes. I'm going Switzerland 2-0. 2-0. There you go.
Keeping that clean sheet.
Yeah. All right, over to Germany, Denmark. Denmark later in the day. Oh, guys, it's hard not to give this to Germany, right?
It is. It's not. It's truly not hard to give it to Germany at all. They scored 8 goals, gave up 2. They did draw against Switzerland, right? No.
Germany are so good that they even gave a goal to Scotland. They gave Scotland their first tournament goal for about 20 years. No, sorry, 28 years.
Yep.
Something like that.
Scored by a German too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just Germany has just got so much momentum behind them, and you know, Denmark played very, very impressive in the group stage, but they did not win a single game. They drew all of them. I think the best that Denmark can hope for is a shootout, but Germany's going to take that.
Yeah, and look, Mark, you're totally right. In the group stages, Denmark, all they had to do in their last match, not all they had to do, had they won their last match, they had to pray that England drew as well, which they did. So Denmark, they just had to win. They just had to win against Slovenia, right? Or
I believe so.
No. England played Slovenia.
This tournament format is bollocks. Hate it.
Who lost from their group? Slovakia, right? Fuck, I don't remember.
No, Serbia.
But Serbia. All Denmark had to do was win, and they couldn't do it. And so, yeah, Serbia. Thank you, John. Had they done that, they would have gone in tops, and they would be playing Slovakia, and England would be playing Germany right now. So now that we're going, okay, all you have to do is win, but now the opponent is Germany, I just don't see Denmark doing it. So I'm going to go 3-0 Germany. I don't think anybody scores against Germany right now.
3-1 Germany, mysteriously.
Oh. All right, we got the 3 goals at least.
As if I had a pound on it.
Sorry, I was just looking back at when I said nobody's scoring against Germany, and I was like, wait, I think everyone has scored against Germany.
Germany only gave up 2 goals, so
in two of the 3 matches, they gave up goals.
They're very good, but they're not impenetrable.
Yeah, right. No, they're more concerned with going forward, which is fun to watch.
They've got a mistake in them at the back, so that's why I think Denmark will get on the score sheet. I think the Germany train will get halted at like the semi-final stage.
Spain, hopefully Spain. There you go. Let's go to England, Slovakia.
4-3, of course.
4-3. I'm going with 4-3. I like that 4-3. I may switch it over to Slovakia.
I based on our conversation, I am in complete agreement that it is now time for Southgate and company to turn things on, because it has not been, it hasn't been very electric. They haven't paid their bill, for their electric bill. But I think they've come good, and I think the goals are going to come. Good on Slovakia for making it, but no, I'm looking at England 3, Slovakia is 0.
I have to just say, your name is Ben right now.
No, Ben.
No. Not going to happen, man. I just told you. Did you not hear my little rant about Slovakia, or was my thing cutting out? They were 3rd in the group, but they got 4 points. More than a bunch of other teams. They beat Belgium 1-0. They drew to Romania, who was a very, very good team this time, 1-1. And then they lost to Ukraine 2-1. But Excuse me. They scored every match. They scored first in every match. They had 10 shots against Belgium, 9 shots against Romania, 14 shots against Ukraine.
Sure. And I will counter that with that England had, despite their drought of goals, only gave up 1 in 3.
Cool.
So I think that they have.
You were saying
I think there's
England
a
to score
defense.
3.
I think there's a defense that will hold Slovakia at bay, and I think they keep the clean sheet. I think there's 3 goals in there, and I think it all goes England's way.
I've always liked Mark.
Yeah.
Until today.
Now,
Or
their
tomorrow.
goal scorer,
I
the
don't
guy
even
who has
know.
2 goals, Ivan Schranz, he plays out on the right wing, so he's going to be attacking the side that Phil Foden is not on anymore. Not that Phil Foden is the defender, but it's the Trippier Trent side. So that side that is in question right now is the stronger side for Slovakia. So there's that as well. Just saying, there's I'm going upset here. I'm going 2-1 Slovakia. Let's do it. Send Saka home. Send Saka home. Hashtag. Send Saka home.
Before someone breaks his tender little ankles.
Yeah. I mean, they already sent Foden home to check and make sure the baby doesn't look like Kyle Walker.
That's because Kyle Walker got him pregnant.
Yeah. I thought he was checking to make sure.
I said,
the baby
these are the
look
jokes,
like
folks. I don't have a notepad of jokes. I'm just freestyling.
Well, you need
in
to
all
get
seriousness, I just think it's going to be England score early, and then the rest of the game is absolutely dire. Because Southgate doesn't strike me as the sort of person that is actually going to turn around and go, you know what, lads, the shackles are off. Let's listen to all the media and the fans and let them bully us into playing how they want. I mean, he should actually listen to us and actually use his embarrassment of riches up front instead of just embarrassing himself by making them boring. And I'll tell you this now for free. He is an incredible manager because how he has taken like the Bundesliga top scorer and multiple top tier Premier League talents and turned them into emotionless, boring footballers in national level takes some skill.
Yeah. Yeah, and he should be commended for that, win a trophy for that, but not for football.
Yep, I agree.
There you go.
England manager of the year.
Fingered the duck. There you go.
Wow.
Okay, moving on. Oh, mine is totally done by AI. That's too many fingers.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right, Spain, Georgia. Let's go. Georgia just upset Portugal 2-0. Can they do it again?
Does this have upset written on it? I don't think
does
so.
not.
It certainly does.
I don't think so.
It does not. No.
I just don't buy it. I think
it was a great game
honestly,
against Portugal.
2 days ago, I think Portugal was on the beach. I was like, I don't think they cared.
It was literally on the beach. Like they left out multiple key players.
Yeah.
They played Ronaldo purely to stat pad. They wanted Ronnie to score for the sake of history and statistics.
Yeah.
But had that not been the case, he would not have played. Like a Ronaldo of 4 or 8 years ago would not have played in that match.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
Georgia took full advantage of it. And it's not up to them to. They should not win just because Portugal have down tools in terms of team selection.
Exactly.
Like obviously, so I'm not going to take it away from them in that way, but just keep the perspective of you did not beat the full strength Portugal,
right?
But you are going to probably play the full strength Spain.
Yeah,
definitely. And
I mean, watching. Sorry, go Mark.
Well, I was just saying, and that's why I think that Cinderella run, for Georgia is over. If they're going to call, their beating Portugal the greatest upset of Euro history, which it seems like they've said that like a number of times this year. But
rankings, though, isn't it?
I just don't see. I don't see them beating Spain. I haven't seen enough of Georgia because for whatever reason, they're not that important of a team in the United States to televise their matches. And I only saw bits and pieces of the Portugal one because, well, I was in Portugal. But their run ends, and I think Spain runs over them, and I know probably I'm guessing that I'll be eating my words in a week, but I think Spain is going to run over them. It's 4-0. 4-0. This is just not even going to be fair.
Similar to Mark, I will go with it'll be 4-1 because they do have a couple of players that can hurt anyone, but Spain are gonna maybe run riot is not fair to say, but it's going to be a comfortable win for Spain, an overly comfortable win. The last time they actually played each other, Spain won 7-1. So that should tell you the true difference between the teams, some would say. I mean, I'd love to see Georgia beat them, because it'd be funny. But it's probably not going to happen. Because Spain, I know I'm going to say Spain generally don't get shocked like that, and I know they lost to Morocco, but generally they don't get shocked like that.
Yeah, and Morocco were on this crazy run as well and playing very, very well together. And the key to Morocco beating Spain like that was shutting us down and just not letting us score. And then I believe it went to penalties, right? Yeah. In the World Cup, Morocco. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
so yeah. Georgia is a very different team. If you haven't had a chance to watch them, they do have, as Mo Master put it, Kvaradana. That dude, I don't even know how to say his name, Kvarachevny or whatever.
We all know who you're talking about.
He is an incredible player, But
the was great.
But I mean, he is kind of the attack for them. That being said, they've got gorgeous Georges scoring the goals as well. But the difference is that Georgia scored 4 goals in the group stages, right? But they also gave up 4 goals. Spain, on the other hand, scored 5 goals and gave up 0 goals. So to me, you're not going to be able to sit back and just not let Spain score and then hope to beat them on penalties. Spain, I just feel like they got it in them, and this is going to end 2-0 to Spain, but it's going to be 1-0 for a long time. It's going to be an early goal, and then it's going to be 1-0 for a long time, and then late in the game, it's going to get the second goal. But when you look back at this, Georgia beating Portugal can say anything they want about. We made 10 changes, 8 changes, however many changes they made in their starting lineup. The changes included the likes of Pedro Neto, João Paulinha, like Diogo Jota, people like that, where it's like, okay, come on, don't give me this shit if we put in our B team. Yes, it might be your B team, but there's still players that should beat Georgia. Spain changed 10 of their 11 players, 10 of their starting 11 for their last game. And what happened? They won the game with a clean sheet. That's the difference. We are not Portugal. Spain is not Portugal right now. All right. So, Mark, I will gladly let you spoon feed me my words back if this doesn't happen on Sunday. However, I'm getting a little bold here with these Brooklyn Sunnies. Spain 2-0. All right. Tom's got nothing to say about all that I just said.
Oh, he's had plenty to say.
No, he's just sitting back and relaxing. All right, Spain.
Exactly.
All right, Tom. Pepe Le Pew, France, Belgium. Tom.
I think Belgium are going home. I think their time is over. I think they will go down as one of the biggest golden generations to achieve nothing, and I think it's going to be something we all look back on with laughter, because they have consistently been like ranked world number one. Which in football, in tennis, it means a lot. In football, it means nothing.
Yeah, Tom. Quick side question here. Do you know what the USA is ranked in the world?
I imagine your top 20.
11.
I was gonna say top 15.
That just shows you none of that shit fucking matters.
Yeah, exactly.
None of that shit fucking matters.
Nothing. Do you know Belgium actually went up in ranking points, even though they lost to who fucking beat them in that? They lose 1-0. It was Slovakia, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was they lost to Slovakia.
Yeah, Belgium actually earned ranking points for losing that match. That's how flawed and bullshit the system is. It's based on like who your opponent is and competitions and things like this. But still, anyway, I know far too much about it because I wanted to look into why are they so high despite winning nothing.
All right, well, we got 2-1 Belgium, 4-0 France. France has scored 1 goal. They have scored 1 goal, and it was a penalty.
Probably going to be 1-0 France. Belgium will grab loads of chances, and Lukaku's going to miss them all.
This, to me, I hope they draw, and then I hope they draw their penalty shootout for 8 days. And they just cannot kick another ball. They've got their ball boy kicking. And then finally, UEFA goes, guys, you're both fucking out. Georgia can stay. Get out of here. Fuck these teams. They both didn't show up to play.
Yeah, I have never. Look, I've only been watching for a short time, but you know, you there are matches that look so good on paper, and when you see that France is playing Belgium, you just expect, oh, this is just going to be a fantastic match, and both have been ridiculously unimpressive. You know,
it's got Chelsea-Liverpool written all over it.
This has Chelsea-Liverpool written all over it. You actually read my mind, and I had those two teams in my head. But I will say this: is something came across my computer not too long ago, and I don't know who it was, but it was somebody that's like calling themselves like CR7 something. And you know, I don't know if it was Ronaldo himself. I have no idea. I'm sure he's the very real CR7 on Twitter, or X as it is now known. But they had successfully picked over the last like 15 years the correct winners of the World Cup and Euro competition. And they even went into the future. And their future pick for Euro 2024 was Belgium. Up until this year, each and every prediction that this person came through, and the post, by the way, was time stamped 2007. Now I know you can forge those timestamps, as we've all tried to do.
Have we?
But he got every single one right, and it's timestamped from 2007. I honestly think that this does go to shootout. I don't think it goes on for days, and I'd be damned if I could pick a winner here. You know, I just have no faith in either team.
It sounds like
if you put a gun to my head, I'm gonna go for Belgium in the shootout. If you put a gun to my head, I'm gonna say, you know what, this guy's onto something, and if he's been able to predict it, if he sees the Simpson future, then Belgium is going to win this one in a shootout.
The Denver Broncos.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm with you, Mark. I'm going with Belgium. Belgium on penalties. Mark, is there like a game show going on at your house right now?
No, I actually, where our apartment is 2 doors down from what is considered one of the hottest speakeasies in all of Lisbon. And then 2 doors down in the other direction is like some it's just a wine bar, but they're open until like 3 a.m.
Take your phone and show us that. This is boring.
That's really impressive, because I can't hear any of this. I was thinking like, is he?
But no, I'm sure they're picking up, because what happens is they're like, they're drinking inside, then they go outside for a smoke. Yesterday it wasn't so loud because it actually stormed. Hey, Lonnie's back.
Well, in the year 2000. All right, Portugal, Slovenia. We got any faith in Portugal, or have we all abandoned? Yeah. I'll tell you right now, I'm going 3-1 Portugal.
Portugal were locked away for crimes against losing to Georgia, and now they're back for revenge on Slovenia.
Yep.
Because they are the same country.
I feel really bad for Slovenia because Portugal is going to just abuse them. And it's just not, Portugal is going to come out so angry, and they're just going to take it to them. Portugal, they have the talent. They had no business losing to Georgia, other than the fact that they had already qualified for this round. I'm going Portugal, and I'll give Slovenia I'll ease on them a little bit, 2-0, although I honestly think it's going to be 3-0.
Actually, can I change mine? I think I'm going with Momaster. Unfortunately, 0-0 Portugal on penalties, because just looking back at that, Slovenia have only drawn. They've drawn every single game so far. So why not go with a draw? Let's go with a draw, and then Portugal win on penalties.
I still think that the biggest mistake ever made in football was increasing the European Championships to allow half of Europe to be in the tournament, because that then created a tournament where Portugal won it despite not winning any of the first 5 matches within 90 minutes, which then Lionel Messi on to actually try and win something to compete with Ronaldo, and it just changed the whole history of football. And I'll never forgive UEFA for that. Because it intensified the Ronaldo and Messi debates, and it was like, you're ruining Twitter for me.
What do you got for us, Lonnie? What do you think? Portugal and Slovenia. What are your thoughts and prediction on this match?
To be fair, Slovenia have played really good defense. But I think Portugal are just too strong right now, no matter who's playing for them. So I think it'll be a tight game. though I think it maybe be a 1-0 win to Portugal. But I think it'd be a late victory for them.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, you never know what Portugal's team going to show up, right? I mean, I know that the backups played against Georgia, so in this tournament you have seen upsets in group stages. So, I think we're due to have a couple at least in this knockout stages. It'd be nice though to have Portugal or whoever else get knocked out. But I think Slovenia has a defense to withstand Portugal. Like I said, it depends on which Portugal team shows up.
Exactly. All right. So Lolo is indisposed right now. I think he's having his own little personal bio break. So I'll just move on for us. Romania and the Netherlands.
That's not
this
true,
is
my
what
master. They won their 3 group games. Sorry.
This is one that I could not even for the life of me, even attempt to predict. But Lonnie, I'm going to let you start off with this one.
Netherlands, Romania, right?
Yeah, Netherlands, Romania.
So coming into Euros, I kind of thought that Holland would be good enough to be in the knockout stages, and they got lucky with Romania being their draw in the knockout stages. This team has a mixture of young talent and veteran players that have played a long time. And this is Van Dijk's really first big tournament because Netherlands hasn't been really good. So this is Netherlands' chance to prove not only to Europeans but also to the world that they could compete on a high stage again. So Romania are on a roll right now. They got out of their group, and this is, I think, going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a shootout, like it was the other day when Netherlands lost. So yeah, I mean, I think this could come down to maybe it'd be closer. It'd be closer as people think that it should. And I think the Holland has enough to be at least in the round of 8. I think it'd be like a maybe 3-1 victory for Holland.
Oh wow! All right, Tom, your thoughts on the matter?
I think this actually has the potential to be an exciting game because Romania are generally not in this position quite often. So I think I could entirely be wrong because loads of people were telling me how Scotland were going to go for it, and then they celebrated a goal kick after 4 minutes, and then their tournament just went to shit from there. So I could be entirely wrong here, but I just have a sneaking suspicion that Romania will work really hard, and it's going to be a great contest, and then Holland are going to win 1-0.
All right. I myself, from I think it was it the first match. Was it the first match that I was just really impressed by the Netherlands, by Holland, by the Dutch, by the Orangemen. But it just they're just not doing it for me. I'm not really sure how much of an upset this would be, but I'm taking Romania. I think these two teams play a pretty similar style, at least from what I've seen, or at least to compare to. I think Romania is going to take this 2-1 and move on to take on whoever in the Austria and Turkey match. Yeah, Lolo, what you got? Other than pictures,
just
picture pages.
Lonnie, I got Lonnie now.
Oh wow, you took a little more time drawing Lonnie than you did me. Or is that just I'm nondescript?
There's the 3 of you guys. You just look. You're very Scott Van Pelt right now. There's Lonnie, and there's Tom.
That's
as
awesome.
Finger the Duck AI version. No, I think I'm right there with you and Momaster again. I think Momaster and I agree on this again. I think, but I liked your description, Mark. Oh, was it Mark or Tom saying it's going to be very good, close, and then in the end, Netherlands are going to win by 1. I think Romania have looked very good, but their goals aren't from very well played out sequences of play.
Yep.
It's usually something extraordinary and leading to awesome football to watch, but now you're up against the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Nathan Ake.
A lot of these Dutch players have been in this match before. Like,
yeah,
they've been at this end of a football tournament, whereas the same isn't necessarily true for the guys in yellow.
Yeah. And I think one word that I have to describe the Netherlands, generally speaking, is a calm. There's this calm about them in the back, and that's a lot to do with Van Dijk. But I feel like they will stay calm, and they will let Romania throw a flurry of attacks in the first 20 minutes. And then they'll catch them out. Maybe score, maybe not, but I think it's going to be low scoring, but I think Netherlands win it 1-0. It's going to be tight.
It's the first time Van Dijk has played in the European Championships.
That's crazy to me.
Why?
That is absolutely crazy to me, but it's probably because of injuries.
Haven't qualified for it. Holland qualified for the last one, but then he got injured. Mm-hmm. He got injured by Pickford, if I remember rightly. But then Holland didn't qualify for it since 2008. Which obviously for them is a very long time. But obviously he weren't around then. Well, he weren't selected, but you know what I mean. But just an amazing quirk of football.
That's crazy. All right, guys, the last one and probably the toughest.
It's not.
Austria, Turkey. I don't know if that's how you say it.
No,
this is Austria. We are going to win this time. We are going to.
Apparently, it's still pronounced Turkey.
I'm a Dominator.
I just changed it. Of course, I'm a Dominator. There it goes.
We are going to dominate this, just like we did against France when we lost by 1 goal.
Yeah, Turkey are going to beat Austria. I don't want that to be the case, but they will beat Austria.
Turkey's going to beat Austria.
Yeah, Turkey are going to beat Austria.
Wow.
Yeah, I the only thing that I would expect from this is a very high scoring match. Both teams have proven to score, and both teams have proven that they can't play defense for shit. I think Turkey gave up 5. I think Austria gave up 4. In the grand scheme of things, I guess. Momaster, yeah, man, that dude had an absolute screamer that I had to watch on Sports Center because they didn't televise that match in the States.
But Mark, you just said Austria gave up 4 goals, right?
Correct.
And Turkey Turkey gave up 2 goals.
5.
1, 2, 5. 5 goals. Turkey was in the group against Portugal, Czechia, and Georgia, and they gave up 5 goals.
Correct.
Austria was in the group with Netherlands, France, and Poland.
Okay. And Poland was absolutely terrible. France, you were saying that France was only capable of scoring 2 goals.
Poland drew with France, by the way. They weren't terrible. Poland was not
awful,
great.
and it only proved how bad France is this around.
Yeah, I'm just saying, looking at it as Turkey gave up 4, they gave up 5. Austria scored 6.
Yes, and Turkey scored 5.
France and Poland. Netherlands, France, and Poland. They played Czechia, Georgia, and Portugal.
No,
Let's just go back to that. Let's go back to that slide with Austria. Let's just go back there.
You're gassing up Austria.
There we go.
And they're going to lose one game and they're gone.
You're talking. Oh yes.
They
sure.
were not. They were
paper,
fourth. Everyone had them as fourth in this group.
On paper, this group looked tough, and you knew who was going to come out. But France and Netherlands only managed a win apiece. Mm-hmm. You know, they were not that great. You know, and so, you know, I don't necessarily know that the 5 goals that Turkey scored, you know, against teams that I didn't really know much about, you know, is any different than the goals scored by Austria. I do expect this to be high scoring because neither team plays defense, and I don't care who's in their bracket. You know, I mean, that was the reality, not what's on paper. I would love to see Turkey be like the Morocco of the Euros, you know, but I just don't see it I just don't see it happen.
You need to look at Austria for that. Turkey's not the team for that. Turkey, yeah, you said what? They scored 5 goals or something?
Yeah.
They scored 6 goals?
They're both a pair of losers anyway.
They scored 5 goals. The main team, the biggest team in their group was Portugal, and they lost 3-0. So all their goals that they scored were against Czechia and Georgia. Okay? They scored 3 against Georgia. I'm just saying, you got to take Austria here. The numbers say Austria. Now,
the numbers do say Austria, but you know
we don't talk numbers on this show.
The numbers don't lie.
The only person that talked numbers was Najee, and until we get him back,
we
got
can't dicked off of this show.
Nah. I don't want.
Mark, we need to start saying people who don't come on the show anymore. We just need to start saying that they were banned.
He's on a 4-match ban.
Najee was banned. And then whenever he decides, hey guys, I'm available, can I come on the show? We're like, yeah, no problem. When he gets on, we're like, we finally decided to let him back after his 59-game ban for talking stats.
Exactly.
So more cards than goals in that game, sadly, I suspect.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it would be like the Dutch versus Portugal game, right, Tom?
That game actually got superseded in card by, I think it's Czech and Turkey last week. Had the most cards in a European Championship game.
Oh, jeez.
Patrick Schick got booked and he weren't even playing.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's incredible.
Funny. When was that, Tom? Was that 2006, right? The World Cup game, right?
About the Battle of Nuremberg, Portugal versus Netherlands. I think it worked out that basically there was like one player on the pitch who didn't get booked. It was something like that. It's incredible. Yeah. It was just one massive long fight for nearly 2 hours. And then I think Portugal scored to win.
That's right, yeah.
It was great. I remember watching it. It was a great spectacle. I mean, it was a terrible football match. It was the worst. It was not a good football match. But watching them just kick the shit out of each other, spectacular.
Didn't Nigel de Jong and Mark Van Bommel both get red carded, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, there were red cards. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was so much going on. I can't put names to faces and just like names to tackles and so. But yeah, it was. I advise it. It's one of the few football matches to have its own Wikipedia page. I'll tell you that.
Is it really?
Yeah. It will tell everything that happened.
Well, guys, we're gonna have to call it a day from here. Paraguay is playing against Brazil right now, so I'm gonna start watching that, and I'm gonna watch that backstage. If anybody wants to watch it, I'll put it on a screen here. We can all watch it. It'll be fun. Mark needs to go to bed.
do need to go to bed, man. I got a train to catch tomorrow morning.
But it was great
fun.
talking to everybody. Thank you all for being here. Sorry for being late once again, but if you want to join us backstage, please feel free to do so. But yeah, thank you so much, Alani. Thank you, Mr. Tom and Mark. Thank you as well. And also to Tony, who was here earlier. So guys, that's it from us tonight. Thank you, Director John, as well. Have a great Euros.